Right behind me here is the Colorado River, and right in front of me is the iconic Mojave Road, over 130 miles of wide open desert. It's one of the longest remaining off-road trails that's still around that you can drive on. And this weekend, I'm gonna be tackling it on in my brand new Bronco Raptor for the first time. So if you guys wanna do the Mojave Road and you wanna know what you need to pack with you, what you need to prepare for, stick around because I'm gonna go through all that on this week's Chasing Dust. Come back! What is up, you guys? Matt McAdam here, aka Desert Chief, only on Driving Lines Chasing Dust, the show brought to you guys by Nitto Tire. And of course, I'm running a set of 37 Recon grapplers on my brand new Bronco Raptor. I've also got my buddy Sean's Tacoma here, very nicely built. Total Chaos upper control arms, King coilovers up front, King shocks out back, a Deaver pack, some 285 70 17 Nitto Terra Grappler G2s on some Method wheels. Alex is you're out here from Texas, right?
Yes, sir.
You ever done a trip like this before in the desert?
Not yet. First time.
First time. Sean, you've done this trip before with us in this truck.
Yes, sir.
How was it the first time?
It was nice, man. Looking forward to doing it again.
Brad is no stranger to the show and to this trail.
Hey.
But this time, you don't have your truck.
That's right. I don't have your old truck,
My
bro.
old truck.
Your old truck broke on me.
Hey, don't go blaming me, dude.
Hey, I'm riding the Raptor. I'm happy.
So we've got 8 sets of Nittos, 130 miles of desert and 2 days to do it. I'm super stoked to share with you guys our trip here and everything that you need to prepare for and what you need to bring with you for a trip of this magnitude. So we got out here last night and we stayed in Laughlin. There's a desert race going on, and then we also checked out the Nitto A to Z Overland Expo that was happening in Bullhead City, just on the other side of the river. And we thought, what a great opportunity to do one of our favorite trails heading back home. So we're gonna be taking this trail this time around from east to west, actually the way that most people do it, but I usually go the other way around. So this time we're gonna do it from the Colorado River all the way out to Afton Canyon near Barstow. And this is mile marker number 1. And how you know you're on the Mojave Road is right here. You see that pile of rocks? They call that a rock cairn. Cairn, not Karen, Brad. He's like, who's a rock cairn? That's how you know you're on the Mojave Road. And they have these all throughout the trail, the whole 130 some odd miles that the trail goes. And that's how you know you're at the right spot. So we're here, we just aired down the tires. I'm gonna go over a quick little gear check with you guys to show you what I take on a trip like this, so you guys are prepared if you wanna do a trip like this yourselves. All right, so in the back of the Bronco Raptor, I've got my Blizzard Box fridge with all of our food for camp tonight. I've also got our tents. A couple of items that you want to bring with you in terms of like tools and tire stuff. I have the brand new Badlands jack. I haven't even had a chance to show anybody this jack yet. I literally got it the day before the trip. This is their 3-ton off-road jack. Very big tires on it, very similar to the Pro Eagle, so I can't wait to do a review on that, and hopefully I don't have to use it this weekend, but I've got it just in case. I've also got my CO2 tank, 15-pound power tank. And then I've got all those tools that I've showed you guys on previous episodes in the Step 22 bags there. So very, very stoked to be out here and have all this stuff ready to go. We've got some of our camping gear too. As far as the stuff on the truck, you definitely want to have good tires on a trail like this, because it's very demanding for the tires. You're gonna go through sand like this stuff you see right here, even deeper than that. You're gonna go through rocks, you're gonna go through wide open desert, you're gonna have sharp edges around some of those passes that we drive over. So you definitely want to have some good tires. And I would always recommend carrying a full-size spare with you, because you just never know when things are going to happen. Knock on wood, I've never had a problem with my Nittos, but I'm prepared just in case the worst happens and I have a tire slice or a sidewall slice or something ready to go. As you can see, I've got this Rebel off-road trash room back here. Right now it's full of wood. That's where I carry all of my firewood. And by the end of this trip, it will have all of our trash in it. So make sure you pick up all your trash anywhere you go off-roading. Leave it cleaner than you found it. This drawer, I've got some of my air up tools. I've also got a Milwaukee impact gun here. Runs on their 18 volt battery pack. Of course, you gotta have zip ties and stuff. I also have a power tank tire repair kit, so in case I don't need to actually change the tire, I can just repair it. And all my standard tools and straps and stuff just in case something comes loose. On the inside of the Bronco, I've also installed a race radio here with an antenna so that me and Sean can communicate. Communication is very important when you're traveling in groups off-road. He's got his ready to go, so that way you can kind of give a heads up what's going on ahead or behind if someone's having some trouble. And also new to my Bronco are these Project X Off-Road HP85 lights up here. And these are gonna help for night driving, although I don't anticipate doing a lot of driving at night for this trip. But we got a long weekend of driving to do, so we're gonna get on the road. We just aired down, I aired down these 37s to about 16 pounds. Sean, did you do about 16 pounds too? 16 pounds on his 33s, so should be nice and smooth, although you don't need a ton of traction. It is a long trail, and some of it, you got some of those jarring, like razor chop, or you can call it washboard, and airing down definitely helps with that stuff. So you wanna air down to whatever is suitable for your vehicle on the trail that you're driving. I'm not gonna give you a number. Oh yeah. Oh, he's really moving. We need to get a head start. Let's go, Brett. Go. We can catch him. We got the Raptor. Over some of these bigger hills here, and I think it's a good time to talk about the vehicle requirements for the Mojave Road. It is doable in two-wheel drive in dry conditions. I do not recommend doing this in like a family SUV. This needs to be done with a high clearance vehicle. If you're not going to have four-wheel drive, you better have the clearance and you better have the tire size. But recommended is four-wheel drive with high clearance. That's it. You don't need lockers, you don't need 37s, nothing. You can do it on you know, stock size tire. However, speaking of tires, you definitely don't want to come out here on highway terrain tires. This is one of those trails that's very long. There's a lot of treacherous stuff that could really poke your tires and cause problems and punctures and things like that. So make sure you have at least an all-terrain, like a Terra Grappler G2 that Sean's got on his, or the new Recon Grappler that I've got on the Bronco Raptor. The Ridge Grappler does very well. I've done the Ridge Grappler on this trail many times, and of course the Trail Grappler mud terrains are going to be the king of traction anywhere off-road. So if you got those, you don't have to worry about it, but definitely no highway terrains. Just want to make sure that you guys aren't coming out here and setting yourselves up for failure. Right now we're going over some of these little rolling hills, and you definitely need the ground clearance, you need the breakover angle, the departure angle, approach angle. All of that stuff is important for some parts of this road. However, a lot of it is just kind of flat open desert. So if you want to complete the entire trail, you got to have those parameters and dimensions of your vehicle to be able to get up and over this stuff without getting high centered. Right now, this is kind of like the higher elevation gain that we're going to have on this trip, and just trying to beat the sun right now, and we're losing because it's 3:30 and we got about an hour of daylight left. We still have to make it to camp, set up our camp and everything, and get a fire going because it's going to get down to, I think, probably in the 30s where we're camping tonight. So it's going to be real cold this time of year in December. Mojave Road. Brad definitely didn't sleep last night.
It was cold.
Yeah, I probably got down to like the 20s, but it was a nice little camp spot. We're up here a little higher elevation right now. Probably about a third of the way through the trail right now, so we got a long day to finish up the trail, but we got a lot of really cool stuff to see. Had some breakfast this morning, packed up tents, and got on the road. Well, this is my least favorite part of this trail. This is the section of trail that is just west of Baker Road after the railroad crossing, because it is just ginormous whoops for like 5 miles. So we're just doing this all day long. Yeah, but this is about the halfway mark, I would say, on the Mojave Road. So we're getting closer and closer to Afton Canyon, which is going to be where we get off to the pavement. So. Just wave. Smile away, boys. This is the Mojave lava tubes.
Weight ratio.
Come on down, boys. It's your step walking through this stuff.
Where's the ballet?
Oh, you all right?
Yeah.
It's like eerily quiet down here. So this is the main room of the Mojave lava tubes. That's that little hole we were looking at earlier. This is a cool spot. I always love coming here. This is a lot of igneous rock around us here. It's all basically just molten lava that flowed down through the volcanoes, and these tubes actually are where the lava was like pooling up in here, and then they'd shoot out at the top of these holes, and it's pretty crazy little geographic detour off the Mojave. It's only about 5 miles off of the Mojave Road, so if you're traveling it and you got the time, definitely take the detour to come check out lava tubes. All right, well, we just made it to the trestle bridge at the beginning of Afton Canyon. This signals that our trip is almost done, but we still have one more obstacle, the Mojave River crossing, coming up here very soon. We had to cut out a portion of this trail today because it was started to rain and it was very wet. Soda Dry Lake is part of this trail, but it's not a dry lake when it's raining, and it's actually very, very muddy out there. So it's always a good idea to kind of skip that section of the trail if you have wet weather, because getting your vehicle out of there if it's stuck in the mud can be very expensive, and it's actually very dangerous to be out there when it's raining. So we skipped out, went over to Baker, and came back on Rasor Road to finish the trail ride. Nevertheless, still a fun day, and we covered a lot of mileage out here today. So we were just sitting up here underneath this trestle bridge, and this is an active railroad, so you never want to be up there or drive up there. Definitely not be walking up there or anything to get photos. Stay off of it, because in the short time we've been here, 2 trains have actually came through. But it is a really great spot to post up and take a couple of photos and stuff, because you just don't see stuff like this, you know, active railroad crossings here in the middle of the desert. So we're gonna get back in the vehicles here and head on down through Afton Canyon right behind me, and then next up is gonna be the river crossing. right, so here's the water crossing for Afton Canyon. This is the first part of the Mojave River. You don't want to stop or slow down because then that like water kind of washes over your hood. You want to make sure that you're pushing the water in front of you, and that'll keep the wake in front of you and less water underneath your hood, and that'll keep you nice and dry. So I just saw a couple of GX 470s and a 4Runner go through here, so you should be fine. Okay, Sean, pretty easy stuff. Like you saw, it wasn't really that deep. You just kind of stay in the center, left of center, and stay on the throttle and go through it. It was barely even halfway up my tire, so you should be just fine. It's a little deeper right there. No problem at all. Nice. All right, that's part.
Got all the mud off.
Hey, last time the water was all the way over here.
It was, yeah, it was all the way up to this spot here. Well, we still have one more, so let's get going to that. I don't know, it looks a little deeper than the last one.
That looks pretty deep.
But definitely doable, so we'll see. I'll go first again.
You first.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Thanks.
That's not even getting up to half of this tire.
Nicely done. Woo! All right, that is it. There's the Afton Canyon campground sign, which means that we have finished the entire Mojave Road. It's about 135 miles on my odometer is what I clocked this at, but we did skip a part of it, so that could be a little bit more than it normally would be if you stayed on the trail the whole way. But again, with this weather that we had out here today, just wasn't worth risking so to dry lake bed, so we had to go around it. But I'm glad that we did because we got done a little bit faster and pretty much had a great day, very uneventful, had a lot of fun. The Bronco Raptor is just as impressive as always, and Sean's truck kept up every step of the way. I never had to slow down for him or anything. Actually, a few places I had to rush just to catch him. So it's pretty amazing what a mid-travel Tacoma can do with just a set of 33-inch, you know, all-terrains like these Terra Grappa G2s and the King Shocks and Total Chaos arms he's got on there. Really very, very capable for a low investment Tacoma build. So I know he's happy with it. I'm really stoked to have him out here. You know, it's always good to have backup as well. But we're pretty tired, you guys. We've been on the trail for 2 days, so we're gonna hit the 15 freeway and head home. But this has been your host, Matt McAdam, AKA Desert Chief, only on Driving Lines Chasing Dust, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching Driving Line. If you guys like this video, consider subscribing to our channel so you'll never miss any of the content we create here. Whether you're into trucks, Jeeps, imports, domestic vehicles, or anything in between, we are here to fuel your passion. So hit that subscribe button and we'll see you guys next time.